Critical Role may keep fans waiting longer than expected for Campaign 4. So what are some actual plays critters can enjoy in the meantime? Let's break down some options.
And I'm gonna make my choice, as I always do, at random.
Today on the character sheet, we're breaking down the actual plays that can ease the pain for the various kind of Critical Role fans out there waiting for the new campaign to kick off. But before we dive in, why not take a second to hit those like and subscribe buttons to help us keep content like this video coming? And then, let's talk Critical Role adjacent actual plays. So with Campaign 4 potentially not kicking off till sometime this summer, what are some of the other options for the critters out there? Let's start with one very specific group of critters, the shippers, and the actual play that may fill that void for them. The shippers love romance and big emotions in their actual plays, so may we recommend they check out Misfits in Magic from Dimension 20. While Abria Iyengar can be polarizing for some fans, she is absolutely perfect as the DM for this coming-of-age Magical Academy story, and she completely nails guiding us through these incredible and realistic romances the cast all form with each other and the various NPCs. With some of the most iconic characters Dimension 20 has ever put forward, and even some truly inspired action scenes like Brennan Lee Mulligan's Evan Kelp literally dragging a fellow student to hell, this campaign has something for everyone. But the relationships between characters like Kay and Evan, and the almost painfully accurate attempts by Samantha and Jammer to win over the affection of their NPC love interests, and how it all sort of evolves in a very natural and believable way as the seasons progress, make this a perfect choice for those shippers missing out on that Critical Role romance. Now, for critters who miss the laughs of a good Critical Role episode, there are a lot of choices, but let us put forward our two favorites. First, we just talked about them in a video this week, but Legends of Evantris is one of the funniest, most inviting podcasts to jump into if you just want to see a group of friends cracking hilarious jokes while plowing through their adventure. If you want to laugh during your actual play viewing, it's an absolute must-watch. But if you don't want to bother even leaving the Critical Role media empire, do yourself a favor and check out Tales from the Stinky Dragon. The humor there is professional grade, as the cast of former Rooster Teeth standouts knows how to nail an absurd punchline and how to set each other up for increasingly more and more insane shenanigans. And while the name may have you thinking that the humor in the show itself is somewhat juvenile, you could not be further from the truth. If you don't have to pause an episode a couple of times because you just laughed over a major plot point, then we must be watching a completely different actual play, as Tales from the Stinky Dragon is one of the funniest actual plays that has ever been put out, and you need to check this out. Now, what about those cozy critters, the fans who love a familiar, relaxed, yet emotionally invested outing with their favorite actual play? For them, we also have two great options. The first of them being Worlds Beyond Number, the show where Brennan Lee Mulligan leads real-life friends Abria Iyengar, Erika Ishii, and Lou Wilson through a homebrewed world of his own creation, and has the kind of amazing sound design that just screams cozy vibes and long listening sessions and tons of immersion. The story will keep you enthralled, the relationships between the characters are complex and intense and lovely, and it just sort of gives you that warm, fuzzy feeling of an afternoon well spent. The other option we suggest has to be Blackwater D&D. Maybe just slightly more chill than your average Critical Role episode, but still with a ton of polish in both the storytelling and the cast portrayal of their characters. You can easily get lost in their elaborate world building and the wonderful NPC interactions in a way that will seem very familiar to many critters out there. And with an award-winning cast at the helm, you know you are in for a wonderful, cozy, rewarding evening when you're watching the latest Blackwater D&D stream. Now, if you're a Critical Role fan who only really comes alive when the battle mat hits the table, we have one clear choice for those combat junkie critters out there, and that is Not Another D&D Podcast. Brian Murphy, aka Murph, the Dungeon Master and a member of Dimension 20's original Intrepid Adventurers as Riz Guzgak, does not get nearly enough credit as one of the most inventive actual play DMs of all time. Murph has really mastered the art of creating amazing, creative combats that keep you guessing with elaborate traps, incredibly cunning enemies, and all kinds of interactive environmental effects to keep the NADDpod party on their toes. When it comes to crafting incredibly memorable combat encounters that always seem to have some unique twist or hidden element that keeps everyone guessing, Murph is in a league of his own. And as an added bonus, the party who gets to experience these combats includes his wife and one of the greatest and most inventive D&D players of all time, Emily Axford. so it's a massive win for Critical Role combat fans looking to fill that void. And finally, for those Critical Role fans who just want the polish and the performance that comes along with a cast of professional voice actors, we have to recommend Natural 6. Stop me if any of this sounds familiar. A cast of friends who met doing voiceover and performances in video games come together to explore a homebrewed world created by their D&D fanatic dungeon master, who turned what was once the setting of his home game into a star-studded actual play. Much like Critical Role, the cast includes multiple BAFTA winners and some absolutely huge names in the voiceover world, including Doug Cockle, aka Geralt of Rivia from The Witcher, Ben Starr, aka Clive Rosefield from Final Fantasy XVI, and their DM, Harry McIntyre of The Last Kingdom fame. Throw in even more amazing talent like Aoife Wilson, one of the amazing devs from Larian Studios and Baldur's Gate 3, and you have a cast that rivals even Critical Role in everything from BAFTA wins to game credits, and it truly shows in their actual play. While their background may be a bit more minimalist with just a black curtain behind them, it helps you focus on the amazing quality of their characters, their voices, and the story being told. And if you love the polish and the poise of Critical Role, Natural 6 is a perfect actual play to pick up while you wait for Campaign 4. Now, of course, there are literally hundreds of amazing actual plays out there, and we only named a very few. So let us know which actual plays you're trying out to fill the gap before Campaign 4 of Critical Role down in the comments, and we'll keep your shoutouts pinned so that everyone else has a chance to check out all your recommendations too. And of course, don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and we will see you tomorrow with another video on the character sheet.